All right, all right. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for being here today. My name is Jonah from Spotlight, and as always, it is a delight hanging out with you in these events, getting to teach you a little bit about the many challenges and solutions that face business owners, and also just learn a little bit more about you, what you're up to, what your business is, what industry you're diving into, and what you're trying to build. So please hop in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're tuning in from, something you're excited to learn. If you've attended past Spotlight events, let me know as well. And feel free at any point to ask any questions throughout the event. I'm delighted to answer as many questions as I can. And if I don't get to them right away, I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I've set aside time at the end of the event to make sure we get to all of those questions. And also feel free at any point to just comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if I missed anything, if there's anything you're doing that you want to share with everyone here. That is all fantastic. And also feel free at any point, or especially at the end of the event, to let us know if there's certain topics or challenges you're facing or would like to see us do in future events. We also do have a survey linked in the description, and we really do want to make sure that we're building events that serve your needs, that educate you about the things you want to learn, and help you overcome all of the challenges that are present when you're trying to take your business online, whether it's building coaching products, course products, if you're just looking for email marketing or any of that. Please let us know. We are delighted to build events around what you actually really care about and need help with. And in that regard as well, if this is your first time here, please make sure to go and check out all the past events we've done on the Spotlight by Teachable YouTube. We've been cranking through trying to provide actionable, real, useful resources for you as you build your business. And we just want to make sure you know that's all available on the Spotlight YouTube. And at any point, if you have a good time today, please like and subscribe to the Spotlight by Teachable YouTube channel, and make sure to turn the notifications on so you get notified when we have new events. We host new events every single week. So that's the easiest way to hear about those new events. Excuse me one sec. Ooh, I'm already getting choked up because I am so excited to dive in today. And today we are going to be talking about three tried and true proven email based strategies you can use to both grow and nurture your email list. If you've attended any past events or seen any events with me, you know that we at Spotlight and me personally are big fans of email marketing. There's many reasons for that, and I'll go over some of those. But email marketing really is at the root of your business. Whatever following you have, whatever audience you gain elsewhere, you really want to make sure that everything is coming back to email, because email is one of the few platforms you actually own. You're not reliant on someone's algorithms or terms of service. It's your direct connection to your customer's inbox, and it is the most powerful thing you can do for your business. That said, we need to make sure that joining our email list is an appealing thing to do for a potential customer, for our audience. So that is what we are talking about today, and I'm super stoked to dive in. And once again, at any point, hop in the comments. Let me know a little bit about you. Ask any questions you have, any comments, where you're tuning in from. I love learning about everyone here at these events. It's an incredible community. And already I can tell you the community that's been formed in these events, from people connecting with each other, following each other, getting interested in each other's courses. It's really valuable. It's not just about the event here, it's about the community we're forming of like minded entrepreneurs and creatives who are trying to build a better business and build a better world. So, all of that said, let's dive in today. So, you're probably wondering, if you're new to the concept of email marketing, and I get this a lot. I'll promote email marketing and people will ask, wait, really? Email? And it can seem a bit archaic. But the first thing I want to do today is just try and prove to you why I'm such a big fan of focusing on your email platform, on your email list. So, some stats for 2022 sourced from HubSpot. First off, email, believe it or not, has the largest audience. And it makes sense if you think about it, because regardless of what platform people are on, or follow, or cruise about on, or doom scroll on, everyone has an email. You even need an email to sign up for any other platform. So just about everyone who's encountered the internet has an email. And just to give you some perspective, Facebook, I believe, recently passed the 2 billion users, and they are still half of what email is. So, email is your largest potential audience, and it has the most activity, and it's incredibly personal, right? You're showing up in people's inboxes, and you should take that seriously, but it is also an incredible amount of value for you. Email is also one of the easiest platforms to grow. Again, you're not dependent on algorithms or on terms of service or someone else's ability to push your content. Email is purely based in a value to value mindset. If you provide value, people will gladly give you their email for that value and future value. And just a stat, 31% of marketers say email newsletters are the best way to nurture leads. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about, newsletters. So we'll get more into that in a second. Another point, a lot of people just prefer it. People in the industry actually dealing with online marketing, 4 out of 5 marketers say that they would rather give up social media than email. Now, HubSpot sourced these from interviews with professional online marketers who have made millions of dollars for themselves and customers. So I hope that gives you some perspective on how valuable email is. Excuse me. I should have had some water next to me, but I don't. So we're just going to plow forward. And then the last point here is just that email allows for a lot of powerful customization. Marketers who segment their campaigns note as much as 760% increase in revenue. That is unheard of. And it's also something you just can't do with social media. Social media is all about niching down your entire platform to a specific audience. Well, with email, you can create segmented audiences within your greater audiences and make sure to serve those people with exactly the things they want, with the products that will delight them. And again, it's so personal. So you get to know your audience in a way you just can't know in any other way. Now, if you are new to email, and I'm actually gonna, this is so unprofessional, but I don't want to keep clearing my throat here. So I'm gonna go grab some water really quick. I want you to look at this. This is an email funnel. So I want you to study this for just 30 seconds while I grab some water, and I'll come back and explain it. Here we go. I'm gonna put on some hold music here because StreamYard lets me do that, and I will be right back. All right, this is the beauty of live events is we just got to roll with the punches here, and I am sorry everybody, but I hope you got a second to look at this. If you are new to email marketing, and hop in the comments, let me know on a scale of 1 to 5 where you feel like you are in your knowledge of email marketing. I really want to get an idea for who's here today and understand kind of where you're at. But for those who understand email marketing, this is going to be a little basic. But for those who don't, I just want to explain the basic concept of a funnel. It's really valuable to understand. So the idea is essentially we have these stages of engagement with our customers, and through email, we can nurture each stage and segment our audience to get really familiar with them and to make sure that we are delighting them and not be sending them spam and giving them exactly what they want. So at the very top is awareness, and this is where we're going to be throwing a wide net. This is a lot of what we're going to be talking about with the three different examples I'm going to give you. Is this is where we're just attracting people into our email list. We want to provide value with lead magnets, and this is awesome. I'm seeing people in between like 1 and 3 range for email marketing. So that's awesome. You're in the right place here today to get better versed with it. And at the end of this event, I just want to point out I'm going to walk you through the actual systems I use. This slideshow is great, but I want to make sure that you have a clear idea of the actual flow for a customer through your platform from discovery to delivery. So we will do that today. But the awareness point is really where we're putting stuff out, whether it's on your blog or through your social channels or whatever it is. You're providing value in exchange for emails. We've done a bunch of past events on lead magnets in general, so please go check those out if you want to learn some other clever ways you can provide value in exchange for email. But today we're going to be focused on just email based versions of that. So once you capture someone's email, you now begin segmenting, and the next step is to engage them. And this is the consideration stage. So we're educating them about ourselves, our platform, our business, making sure they know who we are and that we're a good fit for each other, making sure they know where they can contact us, what services we offer, all of that. We're just getting them familiar with everything we have to offer. After that, and once we've begun segmenting people into different places and we know who's interested in what, then we can start to sell to them. And this really is dependent on what products you have. You don't need to worry about this at the moment. If you don't have products ready to sell, that's fine. You should still start building your email list. And then when you have products that you're ready to sell, you'll be ready to sell them and not starting from zero then, right? I've had multiple people early on in my process as a creator who just kept telling me, yeah, you need to start your email list yesterday. So whether or not you have products, don't worry about that. Focus on providing free value in exchange for emails. And I promise you'll thank me down the road when you build those products and you already have an audience to sell to. And then the last phase, just to round out the full funnel, is loyalty. So, this is where, for everyone that's bought from us, who's downloaded from us, who's engaged with us, who's on our email list, it's also important to reward those people, to delight them, to keep giving them value and resources so they stay on our email list and stay engaged, and also to provide opportunities for those people to spread the word. You can do this with referrals, with affiliate programs. There's many ways to take the people who buy from you and incentivize them to get new people on your email list, new customers, and all of those kind of things. So that's the general idea of a funnel. There's plenty of other models like a flywheel and other ways to picture this, but I just want you to be aware of the basic structure. And today we are really focusing on the top two, primarily awareness and a little bit of consideration, because those are the places you want to start before you actually have products you're ready to sell. So, throughout your creation of honestly everything that you do on your platform, but especially when it comes to attracting people to your email list, this is the mindset. And you want to keep these things in mind all throughout. First, like I've been hinting at, providing value is key. You need to get really familiar and really comfortable with the value for value mindset. And I'm not about working for free, but we're really not doing that. And I want you to consider every email you capture is worth its weight in gold. I guess that's a silly phrase because emails don't weigh anything, but say they each weighed 5 pounds, they can be worth that much. Even if it's not immediate, that is a direct line to someone who could buy from you for in the future. So in your creation of products and giving out free value, I want you to think of every email as worth cash. Big companies think this way and put prices on individual emails. It's not just something I'm making up. Emails are truly, truly worth raw value down the line. And even if all you do, if you stay off social media and all of those, and you just give away free value and grow your email list, if you get that email list big enough, you can just sell access to that email list. Really, there are people out there just selling access to spots in their email list for big freaking money. It is worth a lot, but you're going to do that and grow your email list by providing value and solving problems. Those are your primary tools for growing the list. After that, making sure that you're consistent is going to help build loyalty with your audience and make sure that every time you show up in their inbox that they're interested and excited that they open those emails and read them. And last but not least, be authentic. Your vulnerability is not a weakness, it's an asset, and you can and should use it. So don't be worried about sitting on a draft of an email until it's quote unquote perfect or anything like that. You really just need to get started, get growing, and people love vulnerability. They love growth. They love seeing your process as you get better, and that's one of the beauties of online marketing today is people want to build a realistic relationship with you, and the more human you are, the more other humans will connect with you. So we're going to carry these mindset tools through everything we do, whether it's email or course creation or anything. These mindset tools are just valuable in general. But holler in the comments if this resonates with you, if there's anything you didn't see before, or if there's any one of these that you struggle with the most. We can say provide value is 1, be authentic is 4. Drop a 1 through 4 in the comments. Let me know which one of these you're struggling with the most as we dive into this. I love hearing from you all. So, something you are going to need to truly harness email platform, and this is another thing I get a lot of questions about, oh, can't I just like use my Gmail, or I have a contact list in my Gmail, can I just use that? No, you are going to need an email platform for a few reasons. First and foremost, these platforms allow you to schedule content. They allow you to actually build a platform, and legally, you have to get consent from someone if you plan on sending them marketing emails down the road. So, having platforms like this that allow you to build forms and the like are what allow you to do that and make sure that you are legally compliant with online marketing laws and all of that. And the good news is you can get started with most of these for free. So there's tons of different ones out there. I just have 3 here that I think are absolutely fantastic. MailChimp and ConvertKit, I highly recommend, especially if you're new to email platforms. They're really easy to get set up, and both of them have native Teachable integration. So if you are thinking about offering courses or coaching products or downloadables or any of those things you can do with Teachable down the line, using MailChimp or ConvertKit are fantastic places to start. Both of them vary a little bit from each other, but essentially do all the same stuff. The big difference is that MailChimp, as you upgrade over time, you pay by the emails you send per month. So I think you get 10,000 emails with the free plan, and that's individual emails to each recipient. So you may think 10,000 is a lot, but if you have 10,000 people on your email list, you get 1 email a month on the free plan. Whereas ConvertKit, you pay by subscribers. So you have to be much more diligent about making sure that the people who are on your list really are on your list for a reason because you're paying for that. And the last one I have on here is Flowdesk. I just throw it up there because it's what I use. I'm very familiar with email platforms and integrations and stuff like that. So Flowdesk I like because it is a flat $38 a month, regardless of how many emails you send, regardless of any of those other metrics. It's just a flat fee, which is incentivizing to get you going. I paid, I think, for 6 months for Flowdesk without doing anything with it. And after 6 months of paying $40 a month, I was really motivated to use the platform to get my money back. So that model works for me. And the good news is, even though other services like Flowdesk don't natively integrate with Teachable, they do work through Zapier. So you can connect your Flowdesk, and I can show you I have my Flowdesk connected to my Teachable. So every new student, every new lead that goes into Teachable ends up in my Flowdesk platform and back and forth. So you can ultimately integrate every possible email platform you would use through Zapier. But if you're just getting started, I do recommend MailChimp or ConvertKit. And I do want to say it is pretty darn easy to switch email platforms down the road. So don't freak out about it. Don't spend too much time worried about which one you use. They all basically do the same thing. And if you ever do need to switch, you can. It's as simple as exporting your CSV, which is just a file, and then integrating it into the new platform and rebuilding some of your workflows and the like. So don't freak out about it. Just get started. And just to call out once again what these platforms enabled you to do, first and foremost, branding. Almost all of these platforms, they allow you to create beautiful emails that match your brand. So you've probably seen emails come into your inbox that are beautifully laid out. They have images, they have buttons, links, all of these things. These platforms, all of them offer templates to build that, and they make it super easy. They also allow you to be consistent. You can schedule emails. So rather than waking up every day, every week, every month, wondering what the heck you're going to write or what emails you send out, you can schedule them. You can sit down once a month, write up your newsletters, and schedule them to go out at regular intervals. If you really wanted, you could sit down for 4 5 hours once a year and generate all your newsletters for the rest of the year. And that's just beautiful that they allow you to do that. They also allow you to build workflows, which I'll talk about a little later. But essentially, you can say when a person signs up from this point, they enter this workflow, which walks them through this series of emails. So it will take more time to build up front, but once you've set it up, it's all automated. And there are so many creators out there who are just sitting on these beautiful workflows that took a while to build and took research and time to really refine, but at this point just work for them, and they can sit back and let those workflows do their thing. And like I've hinted at, email is incredible for segmentation. All of these platforms allow you to segment customers based on where they sign up for your email list, what they download, maybe links they click can segment them. There's a million ways you can start determining which people are going to be interested in what parts of your platform. And last but not least, once again, even though you are paying for this service, you own your email list. You own it 100%. And it's one of the few things you can own in today's marketing world. You can take it from service to service. None of these platforms own that list, and you are in charge. That is your personal relationship with all of those customers. I want to take a quick look at the comments here, make sure I'm not missing any questions. Oh, so Laurel is asking a fantastic question, which I just answered, but I want to send home. Yes, none of these email services own your email list. And if you ever came across terms of service in any email platform provider that says they own your list, walk the heck away, because that is not how it works. That's not legal. That's not right. You own the list. The service is only there to help you utilize the list. And that's why, in most cases, you do have to pay for these services, because they are not getting a lot of value out of your list. They're not allowed to market to those people. That is yours. You own it. And you are just paying for the workflows and the ease of use that those services provide. So now let's get into the meat of it, why we're here today. So we're talking about 3 value-based email leads, 3 systems, 3 tools you can use to grow and delight your email list over time: newsletters, email courses, and templates. Now, of course, there's tons more. And like I said, hop in the comments and let me know if there's one I'm missing or didn't throw out, or if you've had success or failure with any of these options. I love knowing that. Love hearing about it. Maybe we can all figure out together how to refine and make it work for you. But I'm going to go into each one of these, and I want to make sure that you get actionable ways to employ each of these techniques. And I will say that ultimately, down the line, you should consider using all of these. But right off the bat, just get started with one, develop it. Once again, you'll be able to automate almost all of it. So once you've built out one, you can move to the next. And down the road, you'll have a variety of tools you're using to capture emails and delight the people on your email list. So, newsletters first, we're going to focus on because they are one of the absolute easiest things to do. So, couple advantages of newsletters. First off, they are probably the lowest effort. You only need to really generate at most one email a week. And in many cases, one email a month is plenty good to get started. You don't need to be in people's inbox all the time. Focus on value. How long will it take you to create a newsletter that is valuable, and work backwards from there? Down the road, you can hire copywriters and other people to up the frequency, but start off with just once a month, an email that goes out. It's easy to deliver. You can keep it niche and simple, making a newsletter easy to deliver value with. In many cases, you can just share information. It doesn't need to be information that you generate. You can just go out and share tips and tricks from your industry. I'll give you a couple actual tools you can use to build your newsletter in just a second, but it is really easy to deliver a newsletter. Another great thing is there's not really any design required. Even if you do use templates that these email platforms provide to make your emails look pretty, you can still just do raw text format. I follow quite a few newsletters that are almost essay style, of people just writing their thoughts once a month about current events, about the industry, all of that. But you don't need to worry about getting on video. You don't need to worry about photos or any of those elements, and they are really easy to track. All of these email platforms give you rich analytics, and you can track your audience's interest with clicks and CTA engagement analytics. You really can get to understand and start segmenting your audience with newsletters. So, fantastic option. And just to give you some ideas for newsletters, and really, there are endless ways to approach this, but just some easy, actionable ways. And again, you can mix and match these. You can use just one, you can use all of them. These really are just tools so that you're never wondering, what do I put in my newsletter? So, first and foremost, like I said, you can just share updates in the industry with vital information, maybe, or illegal updates, depending on the industry you're in. It can just be like, hey, did you hear about this? Wow, this is happening. Hey, this enables so and so to do this in this industry. Or it can be about your own business, things you're offering, and the like. Tips and tricks are another valuable thing to include. So, hey, if you're interested in these aspects of this industry, here's a quick way to get started. Those kind of things are fantastic and really easy to generate. And remember, emails being brief is not a problem. If you just drop a couple tips and tricks about your industry to your audience once a month, that's a fantastic way to get started. And then exclusive offers is a little further down the road. But as you start to generate products, as you have products, or if you just want to call out your affiliate links, other people's products, offering highlights on those offers for only members of your email list or newsletter, that is another valuable thing to promote. So if you join my newsletter, you will get exclusive offers to blah, blah, blah. That's the language we use when we're promoting this, right? And then, last but not least, cross promotion is really valuable. We do this here at Spotlight, and I highly recommend you do it as well. Once you have even a little bit of an email list, write to other creators, hit up other people in your space, and ask if they want to trade spots on their email list. So you get access to their customers and they get access to yours. It's a fantastic way to grow your list. And it's really easy to reserve a spot in your newsletter for those call outs. So you can use that for paid marketing down the line or even just growing your list with trading spots on newsletters. Okay, before we move to the next, I want to check out. We have a couple comments coming in. Linda is asking any tips for warming up a dead list. Linda, that is a fantastic question. And honestly, I want to do a whole event about that. However, I will say that just starting with newsletters is a great way to start warming people up just once a month, getting people familiar with you in their inbox and really, really focus on subject lines. That would be my big tip. Subject lines are basically the number one reason people open an email. So having subject lines that capture attention, intrigue people, and get them involved is really valuable. And as you experiment with that, my other tip would be to track your progress and use the analytics. So if you try a new subject line, check in, 5 days after that email goes out, see what the open rates are, what the click rates are, experiment with placing links in different places, but focus on one thing at a time. So hone in on your subject lines. Make your big goal to get people opening emails first, especially with a dead list. That's going to be your biggest goal. How do I get people to engage with my platform? So, Linda, your number one job is to focus on research, dive into psychology based reasons people open emails and subject lines that capture attention. Once you're getting people opening those emails, then you can focus on all the other aspects. But using a newsletter, just play around with subject lines. That's my number one tip. I hope that helps you out. And then Raphael is asking, can surveys be classified as a newsletter or would it be in its own category? Raphael, that's its own thing, I would say. Surveys are a fantastic tool to getting to know more about your audience, but I would say that's something you might include in your email list or in your newsletter, not necessarily something that is worth alone. It depends on your industry. Some industries, surveys are enough to serve as a newsletter. Other industries, you might get a lot of unsubscribes. People might not be interested in putting in that time. So, Raphael, feel free to let me know a little more about what industry you're in. And then, yeah, just maybe I can help you out, guide you a little more there. Surveys are great, but I don't think they're necessarily value based in themselves, right? It's more about you learning your audience and hoping people like to take those surveys. So it's a little trickier. Anyways, let's move on. Give me a second to sip some water. All right. So, the second tool you can use, and I adore this one because it plays right into any future products you might make, any future curriculum you're delivering for courses or anything like that. But email courses are a fantastic way to capture leads. They're really high value. You only have to build them once, and they help you refine and develop curriculum you can later turn into courses or hire someone to turn into a course down the road. So, couple big advantages of email courses. I started hinting at this, but they're easy to automate. Once again, once you've built it with your workflows and your sequences, it just goes out automatically anytime someone signs up for it. If you keep it really bite sized and focus on solving small problems, you're going to be able to create a variety of email courses for a variety of people that might be in your audience, and it really helps you distill your expertise into an easily consumable format, right? We're not talking about huge emails here. We're talking about each email being easy to skim, easy to read, easy to dive into, and giving actionable tips each and every day. Once again, I will give you a few ideas for email courses after this slide. But another fantastic thing, I kind of said this already, but I just want to accentuate this. building an email course is a fantastic way to trial curriculum. So if you have an idea for a course that you want to develop, try it as an email course first. If you can distill an idea down into an email course that's maybe 5 to 20 emails, it depends on the topic, but if you can distill it down to that, then you've already built your curriculum. You're going to get feedback from people. You can gauge what is valuable so you can test curriculum before you go and put all the time and money into building a course. It's such a valuable way to do it. And you also know that these are high value leads. As you segment people interested in different courses and topics, you know these people are interested and invested in engaging with your platform. So it's not just someone who signed up for one individual PDF or something like that. They are interested in learning from you. And those are people you can sell to down the road. So if you build an email course for someone, and they're really interested and they love it, and that email course does well and gets a lot of leads, well, when you turn that into a full-fledged course, you already have all those students who will likely buy it from you, because when you build the course, obviously there's video, there's all these other bonuses and stuff. So email courses really lead to high quality, high value leads, more than newsletters, more than templates. They are my favorite lead magnet. And yes, they take a little more time to build, but once you build them, once again, they just roll out. So, some ideas for email courses just to get you started. A great one is challenges. People love challenges. So, you could do 5-day, 30-day, 10-day challenges and send one email per day, encouraging people in the next step they need to accomplish a goal by the end of those days. So set a goal in mind, determine how many days it would take to realistically do that, and then lay out the steps in an email a day to get there. People love having some accountability in doing this, and challenges are a fantastic way to engage your audience and build loyalty because you're almost working as someone's email based coach. It really, really provides a lot of value for your audience. Another topic to dive into is life hacks. And kind of like with newsletters, you want to take a life hack and break it down into 3 to 10 steps. There's your emails. Send an email every day, every 2 days, however you structure the course, helping people get through that life hack. How to's are another fantastic way to do it. And that sounds a little vague, but in this, you would be getting more detailed. So, how to fix your car or how to change your oil in an email course. So, day one could be just basic safety tips. That's email one. Email two could be the tools you need. And their assignment is to go out and buy those tools before the next day. Day three could be, what kind of oil you need for your car and identifying that, right? So you see, you take a simple task and you break it into individual steps. And then each step is an email that you can write up. Again, don't be afraid of being brief. And last but not least, I want to remind you here to be creative. Create an email course, test it, throw it out there. Make sure to ask people in the last email or in every email what they think, what could be better, and develop, change, morph, alter, make it better as you go. You should always think of these things as products that you're refining over time, and nothing is set in stone. So you can continue to make these better all the way. Oh, Elizabeth is skidding in late from France. It's a desire to have you here, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining us. And then Raphael, before we move in, Raphael was defining a little more, so I want to see if we can help a little more. Thanks. I'm currently a copywriter and I'm niching down. The surveys I get are usually a result from buying a product or service. Yes. Okay. So that is a great way to use surveys, and surveys in general, just to let you know how I think they fit into your platform is say you build an email course, right? In the last email or the, congratulations email, basically saying, hey, you did it, then you can include a survey in there. Twice a year, maybe 4 times a year, every quarter, you could send a survey to your newsletter, in your newsletter, to your audience saying, what would you like to hear about more from me? What are challenges you're having, right? It's really about you learning from your audience. So they are not inherently valuable. If you want to look at a different approach that is kind of similar, quizzes are kind of combo of a survey and gamifying the idea. But go check out on our YouTube. We did a past event with Kay Putnam, who is a master of the quiz format and has developed a six-figure business with very little attention to social media, using quizzes as a form of delighting customers, solving problems, and essentially getting the same information for herself that you would get out of a survey. So, Raphael, I think that event, once again, Kay Putnam, search that in our YouTube channel, Spotlight by Teachable. You can search our videos. We've done, I think, 4 or 5 events with her. The most recent one was a little more in-depth breakdown of her system, and then past ones there. She also has in-depth courses, but highly recommend checking that out. And then another TSG defense is coming in. I have my emails drafted. I need to figure out how to attach my ConvertKit account to my Teachable account. Want to launch my lead magnet. Oh, awesome. So at the end of this, I can make sure to get a little bit into that. I am going to show you how some of my workflows work, and I will at least just show you where the integration is between ConvertKit and Teachable, so you know how to go set that up down the road. So hang out for a bit, TSG defense, and remind me at the end if I don't get to that, but I will show you where that integration is. It is the beauty of ConvertKit, like I said, is it is integrated natively with Teachable. So once you've hooked it up, all of that can be automatic. So the last one I want to show you today, and the one that I'm going to show you my personal workflow for, is templates. And templates are really fantastic, and they're more and more popular. If you can help people kickstart their endeavors by doing the legwork for them, they will be so grateful. It is so valuable, and it's also really valuable for you to build as a future product. So, couple advantages of templates: they're low effort. It, depending, I was hesitant to even put that, but in many cases they can be. So if you do automated tasks, think about anything that you just do easily in your life. So Raphael, you're a copywriter. So if you have like templates that you use for yourself in reaching out or in any sort of business acquisition or Instagram captions, I'll give a couple ideas here as well. But if there's anything that you just use a template for yourself, make that available for others to use. That is also why they're great, because it is really high value. People are going to appreciate the work you're doing. And likeliness is whatever templates you use in your own life, in your own work, you've put a lot of time, years into developing those templates. So if you can help people get started with that, oh man, they will be so grateful. They're also fantastic for upselling. Since you've given people a lot of value up front, you can include links and call outs to more extensive products or to further learning in those templates, because the templates can be either PDFs or digital files. I'll show you how mine works. And my last point is templates are sellable. So you can offer people for certain templates. You could have you could say, sign up for my email list to get like the quick and dirty version of a template, and then on your website you can actually sell the more in-depth. So maybe you have like a cover letter template that you sell on your website, but then your full bio template is something they have to pay for, and you can upsell to that. But templates are a sellable product, and honestly, you can just have that as an option. So you can go buy my template for $3, or you can sign up for my email list. That email is going to be worth a lot more than $3, but they are something that people will pay for. So fantastic thing to develop for yourself. You can include them in courses down the road. They can be bonus objects and bundled with other products. They're just a fantastic thing for you to develop and have for your platform anyways. And if you don't have templates you already use in your business, likeliness is developing those templates will also be valuable for you down the road. So real big fan of templates. Couple ideas. I know I hinted at some of these, but just again to give you some solid starting points. Systems. Any system that you have, kind of like the one I'm going to show you today, like just any process that you have figured out an efficient or optimized way to do, selling even just an outline or a how to of how to set that up for someone is a fantastic template to give someone with. Everyday interactions. You might underestimate how some of your everyday actions are really difficult for other people. So whether it's outreach to partnering with brands or getting new customers or getting new products, or whether it's looking for a job and looking for the best way to write that initial job interview. These things that may seem basic to you are likely not for other people. So providing those templates are really, really valuable. Marketing content. As you develop your workflows, your emails, all of these things that you are going to use, blog posts, any marketing content that you generate for yourself can be turned into a template that you can give to your audience. And don't get caught up with any scarcity mindset or anything like that, that, oh, if other people have your templates, they're going to be competing with you. That's not why people buy from people nowadays. It's about your whole brand, who you are, and the relationship you build. So share all those things. If you can help someone else get a customer, make sales, it is incredibly valuable. And then last thing I want to point out is just there are an immense amount of options that are very industry specific. So think about your industry and what processes or general interactions you have, systems you have that are very specific to your industry that you can turn into templates. It's a fantastic place to source more niche content that you can put out specifically to your audience to help you segment as you grow your list. And I just want to once again call out that the possibilities are endless. I'm just hitting on a couple tools, a couple ways to use them, a couple ideas. And really, once you get started, that is my biggest goal with today, is just to make you feel like you have a roadmap to get started. Once you get started, once you build your first form, once you build your first workflow, once you get into the basics of it and you've done it once, you'll realize how viable this is and how easy it is. And it's one of the few things you can do alone and don't need help to build. So, really, once you get some going and you have those systems in place, you can start experimenting. And with the analytics that you get from emails, you can develop, you can refine, you can make everything better over time. So, like I said, I want to make sure that I show you actually how this works in the wild, because all of this is great to know. And there will be a replay of this. It'll be on our YouTube, it'll be on the spotlightapp.io website. So you can come back and take screenshots of any of these things I showed you. I hope you've been taking notes, but if you haven't, don't fret. You can come back to all of this and review it as you need it. But I really want to just show you what this actually looks like, because I know all of this content just being kind of ethereal and here's some good ideas doesn't actually get into how we do this. So, Teachable is a fantastic tool to work with your email platform. And I'm going to show you how I have one of my email leads set up and exactly how it works from place to place. So, once again, as well, feel free to drop any questions you have in here. There is a little bit of a delay, so get ahead with those questions. I want to make sure that we answer all of them. And I'm going to walk you through how my platform actually works. So, here is Flowdesk. And Flowdesk, you'll see in general, you have a few different options here. You have emails you can generate, you have forms you can create. Forms are how we email gate our content. It's how we get emails in exchange for that, for the value we're offering. Workflows are how we'll build email uh is how we'll build email courses, or how we'll build sequences that are automated for new subscribers to go through so we don't have to like send new emails every time. And then your audience is where you could actually view your segments and all of this. But to walk you through the actual form. So I, as well as working for Teachable and Spotlight, have my own platform educating people how to produce their own music and podcasts and videos. So I built a template in Logic Pro, which is a recording software, to make sure that people didn't have to start from scratch. So let me make sure I have this. Uh, yeah, so basically in your software, whether it's ConvertKit or MailChimp or Flowdesk, you can build a form. This form is how you are going to capture someone's email. So I built the template and then I built a form for the template. The template is a file that I am going to deliver to the person once they sign up. So here is my form. It, has a catchy title, a little quick sneak preview of what the template looks like, and a little text to outline why I'm asking you to sign up with your email. This is something I worked hard to build. It provides a lot of value. And then once you click download, that is going to enter you into a segment. So this is where we get tricky, right? So I built a form, and in that form, I say, I want anyone who fills out this form to be entered into these two segments, the general and my Logic Pro template segment. So you could just create these segments. That means any email that is entered into this form will now be segmented in those categories in my audience. From there, I put a link to that form here on my website. It's one of the first things available there. It's also on my Teachable homepage right there on top. You click that, and it'll take you to that form. And it is also on the sales page for my course, which is not available yet because I'm still developing it. So I want to be able to capture emails for people who might be interested. So I put that a link to that form all over everywhere. It's also on my link tree for social. It's all over the place. Then you build a workflow to deliver that back. So workflows are series of automations in emails, and you can trigger them with segments. So here I say that when someone is entered into the segment, Logic Pro template, they are going to immediately receive an email. And this email simply says, here's your template, right? And this is valuable because we want to get them used to us showing up in their inbox. So they click the form, they sign up. It says, thank you. Check your inbox for the download. You get this, which says here, you can download it here, and a link to the video where I explain how to use the form. Now, in this specific workflow as well, I have also included that there will be a 5-day wait, and then I'll send another email that just sends them some of the other lead magnets I have available. Because now that they're already part of my email list, I don't need them to go sign up for other lead magnets. I want to just give them as much value as possible, make sure that they stick around and don't unsubscribe right away. So that's a basic way a workflow can look, right? Is just nice and simple like that. If nothing else, you can just have it deliver that first email. And I highly recommend setting it up like this, where your form triggers a segment that then triggers a workflow, because rather than just getting a download immediately from the form, if you show up in their inbox and you create that expectation, you are going to have better conversions and you're more likely to keep people on your list. So you can set up a form that if they sign up, they immediately just get the download link right there on the page. But I highly recommend this segmenting workflow format because it is also helping you segment down the line. So, what was the one other thing? Oh, I also just wanted to show you like a welcome sequence. So this is another great way to just set up. So anyone who signs up for my email list anywhere. So an example would be here on my course page, as well as having the lead magnet. I also say this course is coming this fall. If you're interested, drop your email in here and you'll get sign up for pre-sale discounts. So that is going to be entered into the general segment. And anyone who signs up for the general segment is going to get a series of emails where I introduce myself. I send them my other lead magnets and a link to book a free consulting session. That's how I rope people into actually paying for consulting. And then I also just make sure that they know I do these spotlight events because I want them to see me here, see me as an expert, see what I do in action. So I have a series of emails lined up with different triggers, so different days. You can also set up in any service a variety, so you can segment someone based on a link they clicked. You can say, oh, a certain condition. You can say a time delay. So there's a bunch of ways to set this up. And then just to get into that question that TSG asked, I want to show you exactly how it works to integrate. So in Teachable, when someone enters into like this form, that email is going to show up in leads, which is in users. I can't show you that page because it has people's personal emails. I don't want to display those publicly. But if you go to users, there's two sections. There's students, people are in your courses, and leads, anyone who's just filled out a lead capture form on Teachable. From there, I have it going to Zapier, then into Flowdesk. But if you go into your settings, and this is for TSG defense, but also just to show other people and integrations, here is where you set up your integrations with Zapier, in my case, or ConvertKit or MailChimp. Once you have those hooked up, anyone who's added to your leads or students can then be added to your email platform in a specific segment so that you know they're coming from Teachable and you know that they're either a student or a lead. So I hope that makes sense. This is just one example of how this works. You can set this up in a variety of different ways. I do just want to call out to make clear, if you were just doing a newsletter, you're going to just write an email and schedule it. If you're doing an email course, you're going to do that as a workflow. And once again, I can't show you my audience page and my segments because they're private emails in there. But once you have segmented your audience, so right, anyone who downloads any of my like it goes through any of my lead magnets is going to end up in a certain segment. Now when I come out with my course, I know I can email any of those people in Logic Pro because they're going to be interested. So you can then write emails to specific segments targeting specific people. It's just incredible, and I own all of this, all these emails, all these workflows, all this work that's been put in, you own. So it's really, I hope, again, just email is the best platform. And just to wrap up, I know we're running up on time here, so I do want to answer any questions coming in and then just give you a few more additional resources. But Parent, Family, and Education Services is saying, for clarity, did you say it's better to start with ConvertKit or MailChimp for platforms? Which platform is the most user friendly and has minimal cost to start? I'm going to go back to my slide here just to show you one more time. Honestly, Parent, Family, and Education Services, I would say I don't care. Just get started. Both ConvertKit and MailChimp have free options available. And if you don't have anyone on your list, then it doesn't matter. You're not going to be paying that much. I will highlight the difference, and this is the one thing you need to think about a little bit. MailChimp, as you upgrade accounts, you're paying for how many emails you send. So you need to think, how many emails am I going to send a month multiplied by how many users I have or subscribers, and that's going to get you how many emails you need to send a month. Then you compare with MailChimp's pricing. That'll let you know. ConvertKit, you don't have limits on how many emails you send, but they charge you per subscriber. So those are the two metrics you need to consider. Or you could go to Flowdesk, pay $40 a month. There is no free option, but you pay $40 a month and you get as many emails, as many subscribers as you want. It really just depends. Depends on what you're looking for there. All that said, I want to highlight that there are a couple things you need to do right away. First and foremost, sign up for an email service, whatever it is, have it integrated with your Teachable account. And if you're not on Teachable, get on there. It's 100% free to get started. There's a link in the description below, and it's not a free trial, it's just a free account. You can get in there, build your first course for free, establish a homepage with a lead capture form, and you need to have a way for people to join your email list. So even if you're working on setting up your whole email platform, go build a homepage with Teachable that represents your brand and your business and has an option for someone to sign up for your newsletter. You need a way to capture those emails. And if you need help doing that, we built a mini course just for you doing exactly that. Also in the description link below, it's called Establish Your Internet Home Base on Teachable, and it walks you through the process of building a beautiful homepage like I have with my Teachable account. So if you have a website, you can build this homepage for your academy that can also help segment audience between students and clients. Or if you don't have a website, you can build an entire website on Teachable and you can start it all for free. That mini course walks you through the exact process, taking only 5 days of your life. 10 to 15 minutes a day, you can have a beautiful homepage set up ready to capture leads and start growing your email list. There's also some additional goodies in that mini course. So we have how to build a link tree with Teachable. We also help you lock down your brand colors and logo. There's a lot of value in that mini course. And even if you're already established on Teachable, but you haven't built any courses yet, go sign up for that mini course and look what it's like for us at Spotlight with the resources, the creators, the information we have, building a mini course. You can use our mini course as a template or example of what a free mini course looks like. We started that out similarly, where we tested a lot of those aspects on email and then developed it into a course. So that is what it looks like to build an email course, then develop it into an actual course. It's a fantastic way just to get an idea of what a good mini course looks like. All of that said, please also, if you had a good time today, if you found value here today, please like and subscribe to the Teachable YouTube. Like I said, we are doing new events every week, and we are trying to help you overcome all of the challenges. Make sure that you're not wasting any of that valuable time as you build your business. So, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification button so you get notified when we post new events. And if you just want this value straight to your inbox, sign up for our email list. You can do that as well with a link in the description. And we are going to send you invites for every new event we post, as well as additional resources, tools, tips, and tricks to help you build your business. We're practicing all of the same things that I am promoting today. So even if you feel confident that you maybe don't want to attend another event, but you want to see what it's like to run a newsletter, sign up for our newsletter, sign up for our email list, and use your critical eye to see how we're doing things. Hopefully, it works as a template for yourself, and you can take any of the tools that we use and use them for yourself to build your audience. As always, it's an absolute blast hanging out with you and learning about you. Hop in the comments. Let me know if this was useful. And last thing I'll say is, just like I've mentioned at the beginning, we really want to build and develop these events around the things that you need help with, that you want to learn. So hop in the description as well. Click the link for the survey we have there. It'll take less than 30 seconds, but we just want to know, what are the topics you're interested in and how can we make these events better and make them suit you. We want to do it around you. We'll generate them on our own, but please, if you can take a second, that'll make sure that we are creating events and resources that truly help you through your entire process and help you tackle all of those challenges. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Feel free, if you're watching the replay, to drop any comments in throughout. If you have any questions, we do come back and read all of those. It's always a blast hanging out with you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Go out there, start building your email list. Trust me, you won't regret it. And just get started. Start sending them out. You can refine it all over time. And if you're interested, come hang out tomorrow. Tomorrow's event is going to be all about building the confidence to sell your products. So, real mindset based event, but we did one last week that was a total blast, and tomorrow's will be a blast as well. I hope to see you all there. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Later.